Hi everyone, Yacca here. PRESTOR DRUID, that's what we're here for. PRESTOR DRUID might not be the most powerful deck in the game, but I would argue it's definitely the funniest. So right now, it is amazing and funny for me to climb the ladder towards Legend, and there's so many powerful things that can happen. In this deck, that's a really good demonstration of why people are talking about these tutoring effects, that you get specific cards, you can target draw something specifically, why that is so powerful in Hearthstone. And this is a very good demonstration of that. We'll get into that when we talk about the deck that I'm currently using on my trip towards Legend. If you do like what you see, please throw me a thumbs up. If you have questions, do comment. And if you want to see more, do subscribe to the channel. Around the game plan, mulligan, and matchups for PRESTOR Druids, let's start with the matchups. You don't really have, the decks that you struggle a little bit against are aggressive decks. They are not that prevalent in the meta at the moment, but like Fell Demon Hunter can like finish you a little bit early, and especially Murloc Shaman, that's your worst matchup, but also Celestial Druid, because if they are able to ramp up and disrupt you from really going off and playing a lot of dragons, because one dragon, that's kind of fine, but they can play a lot more stuff than you are able to. So therefore, those three matchups with the Fell Demon Hunter, Celestial Druid, and the Murloc Shaman are actually quite bad for you, but the rest are 50-50 or well in the green, and you are favored on those. The game plan, how do you win? Well, you get Lady PRESTOR and you play her, and then your entire deck, which is really low cost minions, are transformed into dragons. So you play multiple dragon aspects, really powerful dragons each and every turn, and that is your win condition. Getting to Lady PRESTOR, that's where this tutoring stuff that I talked about is really important. So it's a 40 card deck. You have your Prince Renathal in here, also to get as many dragons as possible. But you do have a lot of tutoring effects. You can draw Lady PRESTOR. If you have Lady PRESTOR in your starting hand, keep her. You can have your Jerry Rick Carpenters, which tutors out not Lady PRESTOR, but a choose one spell, and there's only one choose one spell in this deck, and that is the Cold Tooth Mine, and that can draw you the highest cost card in the deck, which is Lady PRESTOR at 6 cost. So you have 5 cards, which with Lady PRESTOR herself, which draws her or is her all on her own, actually. And you want to get that sorted as soon as possible. You don't have any ramp in here, so that's also, if you do have one of these, like the mine or a carpenter or whatever, an innovate is really valuable. Also, do you want to keep innovate? Not always. If you are in a matchup where you can see that you have the possibility to, that you don't get run over, then you can opt in to keep innovate. But usually I'll throw it back and try to go for the tutor effects, tutoring out Lady PRESTOR. What I also many times keep against many matchups are the Farwatch post, because that is something that takes a lot of attention from your opponent. Also, if it's mirror against another druid, this is really powerful. So definitely consider keeping that if you are in the starting hand. If you have that in the starting hand, or you're against, for instance, a druid. If you're against a non-ping class, something that doesn't really answer peasants, like maybe a priest, you can try and keep that, because that's an extra draw and it's something to do on turn 1. If you're against a ping class like a rogue or mage or another druid, throw it back, because then you want your tutor effects instead. The dragons they do generate here, it could be like Onyxia, raid boss Onyxia, which generates you a full board. It could be other dragons, like the dragon aspects, which generates you cards, like Isera, for instance. One other thing worth considering, if you have developed like these, like a peasant, the 2/1, which cleared the board, it was maybe Deathwing, then if you do silence that with a Smothering Starfish, then that actually reverts into a 12/12 Deathwing. So a possibility, a replacement in the deck if you do not really see weapons, if you don't need the tradability of the Viper, maybe consider running 2 Starfish, because that's really powerful. Also because some of the dragon aspects, which does not have a powerful battle cry, well, they have powerful stats, and then you can do that after developing those on the board. One other powerful thing that really is rather consistent is that you can get Kazaka-san after playing these 4 dragons. That's easy enough to do. And then you can replace your deck with a dual deck, and that's usually your other win condition right there, other than the dragons that you generate out of Lady Prestor. One thing worth considering is that if you do get Sir Finley, that's also a way to try to look for Prestor, but a more powerful approach for him is actually when you play Prestor, then you play Sir Finley. Putting stuff back in the deck, it gets to the full cost if you draw like the first dragon, that's fair enough, but all the stuff that you draw from the bottom of the deck, that's actually really powerful, because that's all the dragons. So save Sir Finley if you can until you played Lady Prestor. Alternatively, you can use him to try and search for either the tutoring effects or Lady Prestor herself. I think this is actually it. I'll leave you with a bit of gameplay. It is amazing and so fun to play this, and I could imagine using a lot of time on this, trying to get to Legend. So get Lady Prestor out there, play her as soon as possible, keep innovate, don't use it just to play minions, try to get her out sooner than turn 6, and try to find her as soon as possible with the cards. And that's really the mulligan strategy, the win condition. Let's have a look at the gameplay. Okay.
I will go
This
forward at any cost.
Could be a mirror. Innovate. I really want to look for the tutoring stuff, but innovate is so good. And Firewatch Post is a massive amount of disruption on his side. Trog is not too bad. It answers his peasant right away, or hero power, but I expect that I would just play the Watch Post and then the Trog, hit into the peasant. Ooh, another Trog. It's mine. So let's see what he's got. He kept a card that might be a tutoring card. Ooh, I got mine. But I can wait a turn. I just want to make his life completely miserable. Oh, that's great. Oh, that sound felt good. And then we can jerry-rig and play the other Trog. Oh, nice. We get dragons once we get Prestor. And we are getting Prestor next turn. I could have coined out more supplies, but I really want to use this for Prestor. Okay. Trying to board lock me somehow. I guess that is possible. But as long as he's not getting rid of that tower, there's no point really. Yeah, and another one. Haha. Yeah, I don't mind being board locked then. Highest cost. And if he's just removing anything, playing a minion or whatever, then I can play Lady Prestor on the next turn. And now his hand is going straight down the drain. All those cheap minions, they're not cheap anymore. Oh, that's a good clear. That is definitely... Oh. We are going for Prestor anyway. And then we can Wild Heart Goff. That's just when you get... And this might also be alignment, actually. It's not the mirror as such. Okay. Just putting this on the bottom and then I could go for like a mana, but if it is, just thinking, if it is alignment, then I want to be able to develop some threats here. Hero power is completely negated. Yeah, and then we'll do this, because then he's not able to do really anything else. Get rid of that, and your face. And then I can play the Cobalt Scale Bane. Ooh, so he does not have the alignment. Alright. And play all of these. Which I'll do. Let's draw a card then. Oh, nice. So one annoying thing for me right now would be if he uses Celestial Alignment. Okay, that's fine. No worries. No worries, because then I can do this. Oh, that's really good. Draw a card first, sure. Does that draw me a lot of stuff? Let's hurry up and do this. Where did you go? Sure. Holy Book. So I might want to remove some. Oh, and that's really good. Puzzle. Bobber. Let's go for Bobber. Necrotic, I guess. And let's just get rid of these guys. That one first, and then this one. Dude, we did get a lot of card draw. Nice. So we do have a lot of answers now for whatever he might throw at us. And 14, we do have a bunch of damage. Alright. Come on, leave a minion, would you? No?
You gotta be scrappy with scraps.
Okay, that's a minion. The treasures are not the best ones, but they're okay. Haha! Woohoo! That's how we do it. Nice.